You are standing in a field. The storm is somewhere out there, about 5 kilometers away. The thunder is muffled, and there is no rain yet. You pull out your phone to capture a beautiful flash, and suddenly, your hair starts to stand on end. Not from the wind. It is just rising up. The skin on your arms is buzzing. Your belt buckle quietly hisses. This is not a special effect. Your body has just been designated as an antenna. The ground beneath your boots has built up a charge, and that charge is looking for a way to reach the sky. You are the tallest thing sticking out of this field. You don't know it yet. You stand there thinking, "Oh, cool, I should record this." Next up is 100 million volts, 30,000 degrees, and some very bad news about your breathing. Let's break down step by step what happens to your body in 1,000th of a second, and why what ends up killing you is not at all what you are thinking right now. Every year, lightning claims about 24,000 people and injures 10 times more. The lifetime chance of getting struck is about the same as winning the lottery, with the difference that nobody ever signed up for this line. A thunderstorm remains the only natural phenomenon that people still greet with a phone in hand, like an old friend. We fear bears, we fear waves, but this we record. And the main surprise is ahead. 9 out of 10 people hit by lightning survive. It is just that in this story, to survive and to remain the same are two very different verbs. Let's start with the bitter truth. You were never the target. Lightning does not choose you for your sins, your height, or a bad horoscope. It looks for the shortest path from the sky to the ground and takes whatever is in the way. A direct hit on a human occurs in about 5% of cases. You are not a victim. You are a shortcut. Much more often you get hit by what strikes nearby. A third of victims are hit by a side flash. Lightning strikes a tree, and the tree immediately dumps the voltage onto whatever is standing right next to it. A tree in a thunderstorm is not a shelter. It is an accomplice that sells you out at the very first interrogation. And the most common scenario does not require any contact at all. The current spreads through the ground in circles, entering you through one leg and exiting through the other. At that moment, your legs are just two contacts that are convenient to jump between. No drama, no choice, pure geometry. And yes, rubber soles play no part in this. The discharge has just traveled several kilometers of air, and air is a better insulator than rubber. Relying on sneakers is about like wearing a hat against a meteorite. A car saves you, but not because of the tires. Its metal body takes the hit and carries it around you on the outside. A rare case when sitting inside a tin box is a winning strategy. But let's say you got really unlucky and the path went straight through you. Then comes the physics that will most likely save your life, in a way that you will really not like. The discharge lasts from 1,000th to 1/10 of a second. The channel heats up to about 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. Logic suggests that all that should be left of you is a neat pile of ash and questions for the forensics team. But you are most likely in one piece, because your skin is wet, from rain, from sweat, from panic. And the current doesn't go through you, but over you, sliding along the wet film on the outside, like water down a chute. This is the only time in human history when sweaty palms saved someone. The water on your skin boils instantly. The steam expands and rips your clothes off, shreds your shoes, sometimes yanks off your socks, leaving your boots standing in place. You come to barefoot, in rags, with completely intact skin, and one question for the entire universe. Who undressed me? Then the sound reaches you, not distant thunder, but a shockwave up close. Many victims suffer ruptured eardrums. And sometimes, red branching patterns appear on your skin, looking like ferns. Not a burn, just your burst capillaries. The pattern fades and disappears in a few days. The only tattoo in the world that is done for free and taken back without explanation. So your skin did a brilliant job. Your heart, at this very second, is in a slightly different situation. The heart runs on electricity. Every contraction is a wave of charge that passes neatly, in turn, through your chambers. The key word is in turn. Lightning comes and discharges all the cells of your heart at once. Every fiber contracts at the same time and locks up tight. Your heart doesn't rupture and it doesn't burn. It freezes in a state of maximum contraction, like a fist that someone forgot to unclench. In essence, you've received a defibrillator in reverse. That one shocks you to restore order, but this one has restored order so perfectly that movement has become impossible. Complete discipline, zero results. And right here is a rare moment when evolution delivered its work on time. Your heart has its own pacemaker, a tiny group of cells that takes orders from no one. It doesn't wait for commands from above, it just ticks. After a few seconds, it starts ticking again, and your heart restarts on its own. Your kidneys can't do that. Your liver can't do that. Without oxygen, your brain starts bargaining by the 4th minute, but your heart simply turned off and turned back on, the only organ that is its own support service. Everything else in you, upon failing, requires people in masks, equipment, and a very long bill. It does this without asking, by the way. You didn't give the command to stop, and you didn't give the command to start. Your opinion wasn't needed at all in this episode. Your heart is beating again. You have practically defeated lightning, and at this exact second, you are starting to be killed by something you haven't thought about once in your entire life. You don't control your breathing. You only think you do. You're sure of this because you can hold your breath. By this logic, you control the elevator too. After all, you press the button. At the base of your brain, in the brainstem, lies an area the size of a finger phalanx. It measures the carbon dioxide in your blood and commands you to inhale, about 20,000 times a day, your whole life, without weekends and without a single thank you. You've never once checked if it's working. You check your phone charge more often. Try not to breathe. After about 40 seconds, it will politely push you aside and take a breath itself, like a colleague taking the mouse from you and saying, "Let me do it." Well, lightning knocks out this area for much longer than the heart. The heart restarted in seconds. It remains turned off for minutes. And this leads to the most mocking situation in this story. Your heart is pumping blood. Your brain is intact. Your lungs are in perfect order, clean, ready, waiting. Exactly one thing is missing, the command to inhale. The whole factory is running, all shifts are in place, but no one can start because the only person with signing authority is lying unconscious. The oxygen in your blood is running out, and then your heart, which just heroically restarted itself, stops for the second time, this time for real. All that stands between these two stops is someone else's hands. And this is where people are let down by the belief that you shouldn't touch the victim, that they are still carrying a charge. The charge went into the ground in the exact same thousandth of a second it arrived. There isn't a single volt left in the person. They aren't an outlet. Next comes another trap. In some victims, the legs temporarily fail, cold, bluish, without a pulse, the blood vessels constricted to the limit. After a few hours, this goes away on its own. But in the first minutes, such a person looks absolutely hopeless, even though everything inside is intact. That's why, in lightning strikes, rescuers work contrary to normal logic. They attend to those who aren't breathing first. They don't need heroism. They need air. It's not the lightning that kills you. It's the silence that follows it that kills you. The lightning is over. It went into the ground in a thousandth of a second and no longer affects you. But the person goes on. Some survivors of the strike are left with things that don't show up on scans: headaches for no reason, memory gaps, insomnia, fear at the first sound of distant thunder. The event lasted less than a single blink, but the bill for it keeps coming for years. Go back to that field. You are standing with a phone in your hand. The storm is 5 kilometers away, and you are absolutely sure that you have time. You are right. You have time. Your whole life, except for 1,000th of a second. We are used to measuring events by their duration. Long means important. Instant means minor. But the biggest things that happen to a person usually take a split second, and it is almost never the one they prepared for. What was the shortest event in your life that changed it for a long time?